Hello. Philosopher Stoner 666 here. I am in the bathroom and I got the shits. Tired of life. And I had the shits so bad from the stupid diet that I've been on try to be vegetarian. I can't do vegan yet. And with stupid fucking diet. Almonds, cottage cheese, and yogurt every day. And I've done this shit for 2 weeks and it's shredding my anus to pieces. So I gotta stop this diet and go back to cooking normal food just without the meat. So I'm reading a cookbook. Fuck, I don't have it here. I have been reading a cookbook, how to go vegetarian and finally do that shit. I tried before, I failed. I wanted to when I was a little kid. I remember I have memories about it, and I failed at it. I chose the wrong team. And now when I do eat meat or when I see meat, I am disgusted by it. It makes me sick. I don't understand why, but yeah. So anyways, yeah, I gotta get stoned all the time because life is just getting too fucking stupid, man. It's just too fucking dumb for me. Yes, that's gonna be the title. That's the topic of this fucking video. My own reanalysis of Hamlet. I believe Hamlet, Shakespearean plays were back in that Victorian era were psychotherapy for the masses. People that go to shrinks and psychiatrists now that basically want to kill themselves, and then they get medicated to not kill themselves. In a dilemma about life are, as already discussed, I'm not original in saying this, it goes back, I've quoted all these fuckers before, our overabundance of consciousness where we're so self-aware of death. I mean, this shit's even in the Bible, right? It's the Garden of Eden, right? We get cast out of there, metaphorically speaking, and we have this knowledge and awareness of death. So that's the philosophical problem. So Hamlet was the story, right? And he has the scene with Yorick. And what's he doing there? He's contemplating suicide, contemplating killing himself because there's a certain degree of life. Whether you believe in a God or not is not important, but a degree of life, and you can acknowledge that's fundamentally up to chance. It's random. It's not fair. You didn't choose it. And it sucks. And there's the suffering part. And things can get bad, horrible. What's your consolation? What are your options? Well, your option is you can always kill yourself. It's an option. You can make the choice. Now, speaking as a person, I've had these thoughts in my life. You know, I had the thought of killing myself. I've tried once. It can give you a certain degree of freedom or liberty, despite it's difficult. It's a difficult thing to do, and I lament that I don't have enough courage to go through with other methods sometimes. Point is, though, I am baked. But the point is, it's an option, right? You can always choose, but he's staring at Yorick, he's staring at the skull. Do you really, there's a chance it might just be nothingness. You don't know. There's a chance there might be a heaven and an afterlife. You don't know. There's a chance you might be reincarnated. You don't know. What we do know is your body's going to decompose and you're going to, be forgotten eventually and all that other stuff. But are you in a rush to become the skull that is Yorick? That you will eventually join Yorick. Right? He's staring you right there in the fucking face and you're going to wind up like him. You know it unconsciously and it bothers you. You don't want to end up like Yorick. The fear of death is so ingrained in us. It's a deep, natural fear because it's probably the end. It's probably over. It's a conceivable possibility. It's not even getting into a religious discussion here, whatever. It's a possibility. So do you really want to take the plunge? Or do you want to gamble? You feel like throwing the bones tonight. And ultimately, that's what Hamlet chooses. But then, guess what? He dies anyway. And that's the tragedy, and that's the point. And it was the birth of tragedy. And Shakespeare wasn't even original, went back to ancient Greeks. As soon as these civilizations and societies developed enough idle time, they came up with these ideas. The ancient Greeks came up with it, in a less advanced form than Shakespeare. Shakespeare copied, he borrowed elements from it, right? You can look at Macbeth. The three witches they're the fates. They cut the string of people's lives. People died. The ancient Greeks were people really aware, understood the nature of chance in people's lives. There's no real fairness. Fairness does not exist. They were aware of that, at least. Even though they had slaves and they had all this other stuff, they weren't like us. They were different. They had that one figured out, that life can really suck and it's not your fault. And there's a redemption in saying that, yeah, it's not your fault. And so that can open the door maybe to greater empathy, understanding, sense of community, whatever. A lot of time I feel like, yeah, I'm depressed because I don't really have any friends. I've moved around so much I don't have any friends, and I don't like people. I'm misanthropic. I see people doing terrible stuff to each other, all this fighting, anger, all this stuff. And my solution always as a kid was just to fucking run away. So that's what I did with my life, running away. And now I'm depressed because I don't have any friends, I don't have this, I don't have that. But I'm very distrustful. I've been robbed. I've had guns pointed at me. I'm this and that. I don't want to take the chance. It's not worth it, but I'm lonely and I suffer anyway. As everybody else suffers too. But it's comforting. And then I think Sioran picked up on this idea. And that's where we get, where he contemplates it in the same way. I'm just re-articulating it once again, where he's like, well, you have the option. It's the only demonstration that you might have some free will. Although there is no free will, you argue the determinism stuff, but there's a possibility in it. And then he even further elaborated on this quote, which I absolutely love, that I'm baked. It's fucking wonderful. I love it. He's like, yeah, only optimists kill themselves when they fail at being optimists. The others, having no reason to live, have no reason. Why would they have a reason to die, right? And so I guess if you're Hamlet, he had a reason to live, so he kept living, but that was all shattered. His reasons for living were bullshit. Family, church, country, other stupid fucking people. Really, and it's interesting that the show takes this thing, the Hamlet play junk, takes place in Scandinavian countries, which are extremely pessimistic, and suicide's very common in these places. And it's interesting you see the historical thing, and they're all pessimists, right? So Hamlet was a pessimist. Hamlet and all that shit and the tragedies and the history of tragedy is the history of pessimism as a means, a psychological coping mechanism to deal with the shittiness of reality, basically. And I'd get my best rants and my best bullshit that I could write an essay on when I'm fucking baked out of my goddamn mind. But here's another reason why I'm really fucking depressed, is because society won't allow it. You can't be real with people. You can't have a real conversation with most people about fucking death or drama or whatever. You bring up that, oh, well, maybe let's appreciate the people that don't have dads. And then the guy's like, oh, on a brighter note, it's a nice day. So you got to deal with the it's a nice day police all the time. And that's why people ain't smiling in the street. People are jaded. People realize, oh, fuck, I gotta deal with these people. Oh, fuck, I don't want to deal with these people. These people suck. And that's why when people ain't smiling and talking to each other, People are going through their own fucking issues. Everybody's got a problem. Welcome to adulthood.